Being fully prepared for your talk or presentation is one of the best ways to manage nerves, help your audience understand you better, and know how you can change things when necessary. It's the fundamental pillar for building confidence. Start with identifying your intent. Get clear on the reasons why you're speaking. This is not your brief. For example, you may have been asked to speak about making widgets. This is your brief. This is what you will speak about. But why you want to speak is your intent. You want to come across as the expert widget maker. Or you want to create a sense of fun and excitement about widget making. Be sure to note that your intent at this stage is one-dimensional. It's all about you. There are other elements to intent, but this is tackled later. If it helps, use a spider diagram. In the centre, write your intent, circle it, and identify what you will say is best tackled by identifying your core messages. Our rule of thumb is, if you have 10 minutes speaking, then you ought to have no more than 3 core messages. 20 minutes of speaking time, no more than 5 core messages, and if you have 40 minutes of speaking time, no more than 6 core messages. Once you've identified your core messages, list them on your sheet of paper that you have your circled intent. List them around the intent centre in a clockwise direction, forming the skeleton of your spider diagram. These are the titles of your core messages. When delivering your talk or presentation, you need not say these out loud, but this may depend on whether you need to push home your core messages. Our rule of thumb is if your stories are strong enough, the messages will come out loud and strong. Sometimes being very explicit about your core messages can make the audience feel that you're preaching or telling them what to do, and this can patronise the audience. Then under each core message, brainstorm a few stories from your experience that may help illustrate your core message. In another video, we share the best ways to create a bank of stories for talks or presentations and the fundamentals of using stories to connect with your audiences. Now practice your talk or presentation out loud. Yes, it's best reviewed having heard it out loud yourself. Otherwise, you won't know how it sounds and whether what you're saying fits with your intent and resonates with you. If it doesn't do either of these, then it won't work with your audience either. Remember, you're not saying it out loud to memorize it. It's not a script. Apply this process to each of the core elements, then knit it all together by saying the whole talk or presentation out loud. If you need to create cue cards, then do so from the titles of your core messages. Or if you need to use PowerPoint, remember to use 1 slide per core message. 1 slide for your introduction and 1 for your conclusion. Please remember, less is more, so be sure not to crowd your slides with too much text.